making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball from
Caitlin Clark just demonstrated why she is a once-in-a-century phenomenon and why the WNBA is going crazy, as she is the first athlete since Michael Jordan to have her own trademark basketball shoe. Yes, Michael Jordan is the most famous and valuable athlete in the world.
Caitlin Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael.
And Caitlin, who achieved it in just her first season in the WNBA, is influencing not only basketball fans, but the entire sports world.
Where he's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it. And it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
Her talent is on another planet, a level that players like Angel Ree can only imagine. But when you're this brilliant, jealousy is a natural part of the experience. Haters are simply a part of the package when you're simultaneously altering the culture and dominating the game. Fans and detractors alike are observing Caitlin Clark's every move because she is more than simply a player. She is a revolution.
Congratulations to her and her family. Yeah. The crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal.
In case you missed it, Caitlin Clark has completely changed the course of women's basketball and, to be honest, the sports business as a whole. She is not only creating history, but also rewriting it. It's a huge change that puts Clark in a class of her own, as she has signed a contract with Wilson's Sporting Goods, becoming the first athlete since Michael Jordan to have her own trademark basketball collection. Let's face it, this agreement screams power, advancement, and evidence that women in sports are no longer content to settle for mediocrity for decades. It's not just about putting her name on a basketball and calling it a day. Underfunded and undervalued, women's basketball has been marginalized. But Clark has broken through those boundaries as if they never existed. Her agreement with Wilson is a huge triumph for all female athletes vying for recognition, not just for her. Remember Pete Maravich's NCAA scoring record? She broke it, which helped Iowa win big games. While everyone else was playing catch-up, Clark was out there creating a legacy. Clark has been shattering records and necks on the court since her college days. She is a game share in addition to being a basketball player. Simply put,
she is the Michael Jordan. I know you're not a major basketball
him, I know.
But she is the Michael Jordan of female basketball.
The Michael Jordan comparison comes next. At first glance, it might seem like a stretch, but consider this. Just as Michael Jordan made basketball a global phenomenon, Clark is revolutionizing the WNBA and women's sports in general. She has the skills, charisma, and most importantly, the ability to draw in audiences that would not have otherwise given women's basketball a second look. For context, national broadcasts are now drawing in 32 million viewers, which would make even the NBA blush. Clark isn't just filling seats. Her team, the Indiana Fever, broke attendance records this season with over 340,000 fans. It's a phenomenon that doesn't stop at the arenas. Who's at the center of all that excitement? You guessed it, Clark. She's not just playing the game, she's driving WNBA reactions. Shock, praise, and controversy, the conversation, the clicks, and the engagement. The WNBA's digital footprint has exploded in just the first week of the season. The league's social media channels racked up 157 million video views, a staggering 380 increase from last year.
I knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. Two of them being Messi and Ronaldo.
She is a one-woman gold mine in terms of finances. Sales of jerseys at the WNBA's merchandising store broke records. The value of the league's sponsor media hit $136 million this year, and nearly half of that is directly related to Clark and the Fever. She's transforming brand deals into an art form, bringing in high-profile partnerships and demonstrating that investing in women's sports isn't just the right thing to do, it's smart business. Clark's leading the pack Fever merchandise alone saw a 193% increase.
Let me repeat that.
Over 1,000% growth because of one rookie.
Caitlin Clark on a worldwide marketability list for athletes to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. I mean, she's ahead of Steph Curry.
But hold on, there's more. Beyond the court, Clark has a significant impact on the local economy. In Indianapolis alone, her influence is estimated to be $36 million derived from ticket sales, merchandise sales, and ripple effects on nearby companies. She's only getting started, but she's already significantly boosting the city's economy. Caitlin, every young athlete with aspirations of becoming a professional is looking at Clark and thinking, that could be me. Clark's rise is more than just statistics or records. It's a whole cultural revolution. She is the model for how women's basketball should look, feel, and flourish in the current era. Her impact is evident in the way she changed, not just in the numbers. The story goes that she is more than just a basketball player. She is a walking, talking revolution. In 2024, Time magazine gave her the title of Athlete of the Year. Hold on, that's not Basketball Player of the Year or Female Athlete of the Year, just Athlete of the Year. That title is reserved for people who push the boundaries of what is why this changes the endorsement game possible. And Clark is doing just that. This recognition isn't just a pat on the back. It's a global spotlight shining on her and, by extension, women's basketball. It's shameful that it took so long.
And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball.
And Clark isn't just making waves on the court. She's stealing the show off it, too. When she made an appearance at the Time dinner in New York City, it wasn't just another appearance. It was a statement. She's not just a basketball star. She's a cultural icon, rubbing elbows with the world's elite. She's demonstrating that athletes can and should have a seat at every table from boardrooms to red carpets. And every move she makes outside of basketball is a huge step forward for women in sports. Comparing Clark to Tiger Woods isn't even a stretch at this point. It's a fact. Just as Tiger made golf a must-watch TV show and fundamentally altered its economics, Clark is altering how people view women's basketball by demonstrating that it's not only worth watching, but also worth spending money on marketing and being completely enamored with. There aren't many athletes in history with this kind of appeal, but Clark already exudes it.
She was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody.
Her quick ascent in the WNBA hasn't exactly been plain sailing, though, and some league veterans aren't thrilled with the attention she's sucking up. And can you blame them? Great power comes with controversy. Clark's immediate fame and multi-million-dollar transactions, she's not creating the conflict. Rather, she's bringing attention to the problems the league has been facing for years, such as salary discrepancies, a lack of recognition, and the fight for respect. The league is finally waking up as a result of her efforts. The WNBA has begun negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement to increase player compensation and invested $50 million to upgrade to charter flights. They are rushing to stay up with the momentum that Clark has created. It's about time, but let's not give them too much credit for responding to what has been clear for years that they are a once-in-a-generation player. This isn't charity, it's survival.
Try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they got to be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they got to be drama because they're jealous.
The commotion. Additionally, Clark has sparked discussions about growth. With more people tuning in and attending than ever before, the WNBA is being pushed to consider broader expansion as more than final thoughts. The Jordan effect, just an opportunity. It's a need. The league has long been overdue for growth, and her ability to fill arenas and draw viewers has put that conversation front and center. Let that sink in for a second. Clark has made it very clear that there is a market for her $28 million Nike deal. That's not just a paycheck. It's a microphone drop. It's the kind of deal that says female athletes are just as valuable as their male counterparts, if not more. Clark isn't just making money, she's setting the standard. Finally, companies are discovering that it's smart business to wager on women's sports, and Clark is the jackpot.
The idea of some players being jealous, yes, that probably exists. Okay. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in the front?
The question now is whether they can keep up as the WNBA rides this wave of attention. Clark put them in the spotlight on her own, but maintaining that momentum is a completely different matter. The league cannot afford to lose. They must grow, innovate, and take advantage of the energy Clark has brought in. If they are astute enough to grasp the opportunity, it is also theirs. Although Caitlin Clark's career is only beginning, the impact she has already had is astounding. She is not only shattering records, but also barriers. One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark isn't here to play by anyone's rules. She's here to rewrite them. She is redefining what's possible and creating a new standard for women's basketball. The true question isn't whether she can continue, but rather whether the league and the sport can advance to reach her level.
Heat.